Hey, hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Chastity. Here we talk about beauty, entertainment, celebrities, books, movies, anime, TV shows, kind of anything else that garners my attention this week. And today we're talking about the second season of Blood and Water because some way, somehow, it was even better and even messier than season one. Blood and Water is one of Netflix South African shows. Blood and Water follows 15, 16-year-old Poolang on her older sister's 17th birthday. Now, what's special about this is that her older sister was kidnapped at birth, but the family continues to celebrate her birthday to keep her memory alive and to keep hope that one day they will be reunited with their daughter. Now, Poolang is kind of over it. She's living in this mindset of like, it's been 17 years. I think as a family, we need to move on. Her parents don't want to give up hope. So they're kind of butting heads on that. So that same night, Poolang kind of just leaves to go to a party where she meets the birthday girl whose birthday is the same day as her kidnapped sister, as well as the birthday girl Fikile looks strikingly like her. So that kind of plays in her head a little bit, but like she doesn't really focus on it until her father is arrested in connection to the kidnapping of her older sister. So now the motivation for Poolang is not only prove her father's innocence, but find her older sister. So what she does is transfer schools because once that all was news, she could not go back to her regular school. Everybody was swarming her. Everybody was asking way too many questions. So she ends up transferring to the same school as Fikile. She kind of like gets her way into her friend group, and that's basically what happened season one. She's playing Sherlock Holmes, trying to solve the mystery of her missing sister. Now, her and Fikile, for a period of time, actually do have a really great friendship and a really great bond until, you know, it's like, it's hard to be friends with somebody that's clearly has ulterior motives. Because that's the thing about Poolang. She is the world's worst detective. She's not good at being sneaky. She's not good at lying. She's not good at sleuthing. But right, she good at none of that. She's so bad at it that it kind of ruins her friendship with Fikile. And then we had this very huge blowout at the end of the season where Fikile is like, so what's your problem? What's your issue with me? And that is when Poolang tells Fikile that she believes she is her older sister, and she gives her this notebook that she's been using to collect all the evidence to prove that Fikile is her older sister. So season 2 follows up with the semester after that because the blowout had happened right before break, and now we're back from break in a whole new semester. And I really enjoy that we can see how all of the actions of season 1 has impacted the characters in season 2 for better or for worse. I think how I'm going to do this review is go character through character. So the first person I'm going to do is Poolang. Listen, Poolang is a bad person, ? Poolang is extremely selfish and manipulative. There are specific times, especially with two of the boys who actually her love interests, KB and Wade. She is so manipulative of Wade. Season 2, Wade tried to set boundaries between him and Poolang. Because all of season 1, he was her sidekick. He was doing any and everything for her because he believed in her cause. He believed that there is some validity to Fikile possibly being her sister, but he also just liked her. And Poolang is 100% aware that Wade likes her. There is no way that she does not know this boy has any feelings for her. And she consistently manipulates him. And in season 2, Wade does try to set boundaries between him and Poolang. He's like, I have a girlfriend now. I can't be sneaking around and helping you sleuth and sleuth poorly at that. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. And there's a specific scene at the career fair where like you can see she's purposely manipulating him, being like, like this is just like my last ditch effort and I have to go to this really unsafe place because I just have to know. And you see him crack. Even after he put his boundary up that I'm not going to do this anymore, like, you are using me, he still folds like a lawn chair and does exactly what Pooling wants him to do. I do feel bad for him because he's trying to move on, but like, Pooling won't let him move on because he is the only person that knows what's happening, which I think is a fault of her own, because I do believe she should have told KB, who is her boyfriend, who I find she's extremely selfish to, because like, Wade asked her this like season 1, like, do you even actually like KB? And I feel like she thinks KB is very attractive, but she doesn't actually like him because she's using him for his father, because his father plays a really big role in the possible kidnapping of her sister. Not just her sister, like an entire kidnapping ring, right? He plays a very big role in that. And she completely forgets KB's like 18th birthday, right? Great girlfriend, I know, girlfriend of the year. And instead of just being like, cool, I'll host my party for you, we'll do something for you, she uses his birthday party to go to this old house that his parents used to, like, his father owns the home, but they don't really go there anymore because he mentioned that his father uses it for storage. So she plans this party with Reese to have a whole bunch of people there so she can kind of like split off from her boyfriend and go sleuth around his house. And because of this, like, KB is going through some stuff this season. Like, KB thinks she's cheating on him with Wade because she's consistently disappearing with him and then never telling him where he's going. So what else could he assume? Because she's not telling him the truth. And because of that, he thinks the worst case scenario. So it's like, KB does a lot of dumb shit, but it's not his fault because he was purposely left out, because Pooling just decided that she didn't want to lose him, but lying to him is even worse. Like, most of Pooling's problems stem from the fact that she's not honest with people. I do feel like when you're doing something like this, you need a group of people you can trust, because especially as like the season goes on, we realize that this is a bigger conspiracy than what we thought, and it's even more dangerous than any of us could have imagined from season 1. Let's move on to Wade. Wade is still funny. Wade is still nice. Again, like I mentioned earlier, he did try to set boundaries with Pooling. He even asked out another girl to try to like move on, but Pooling is just ingrained in his life. She is someone that he's just never going to get rid of, and he's never going to be able to say no to. This season, they really did try to push the idea of Wade and Pooling as a couple, especially as we get later on in the season. I don't think they have any chemistry. Is that just me? When I see like Pooling and Wade, I get great like friendship chemistry, but I don't get anything romantically. Maybe it's because I just want her with KB. So maybe that's why I don't see it. But I just feel like Wade and Pooling have absolutely no chemistry at all. I still like Wade from season 1. Like, I never disliked him. Is he one of my favorite characters? No, he's not. Just because it's the lack of spine, the lack of backbone. But he is a loyal friend. He's slightly jellyfish, but he's still a loyal friend. Next, we're moving on to Wendy. Wendy actually turned out to be one of my favorite characters this season, which is completely different from season 1. Because season 1, I could not stand Wendy. Wendy was annoying and Wendy was petty. So petty. She was good at being petty, but so incredibly petty. Everything she did with the newspaper, like, it was Wendy's plan season 1 to take down Fakile. Okay. But she was just very unlikable season 1. And I really do feel like Wendy learned a lot from season 1 and was trying to do better season 2. And I really enjoyed watching her character growth and her just change as a person. It was very nice to see Wendy let down her guard and also just be a really good friend to her best friend. It was just nice to see some humanity in Wendy, because Wendy just felt like a bad person season 1, but we really got to see a lot more sides of her, and we got to see that vulnerability, especially at the auction when no one bid on her for a date. Now let's talk about Chris so I can get back to Wendy. I hate Chris. I hated Chris all of season 1. I hated Chris all of season 2. And there's truthfully and honestly nothing y'all could have done to make me like this white boy. I hated him season 1. I hated how he treated every single black girl that was not Fakile. And I hate him this season as well. Only thing that's keeping me from like wanting to stab him in the eyes for the first half of the season was Zama, but he's not with Zama no more, so fuck him. I just don't like Chris. I feel like Chris's attitude, the way he treats people is very unwarranted. It's just like, your parents travel a lot, I get it, but you're nasty. Like, you're nasty in a way that's like not okay. And season 2, they made him a love interest for Wendy. And even with my newfound love for Wendy, that could not make me stop hating Chris. Like, I absolutely hate Chris. I wish nothing but the worst for Chris. Chris can choke on a sock. I really don't care. He is the worst person on this cast. And he looks so old. Like, I know for a fact that no one on this cast is actual teenagers. I'm fully aware of that. But Chris, I can see every wrinkle in that 30-year-old man's face. Let's move on to KB. I still love him. I still think he's really cute. I still think he's a really good boyfriend. Again, I feel like a lot of the things that he did wrong this season were not really his fault, because he was being lied to by his girlfriend the entire time. So she was withholding the truth, so his mind wandered to the worst case scenario, because how would he know that her and Wade were looking for her kidnapped sister? How would he know that? Again, and then finding out that his father definitely had a big part to play in this, and the possibility that his mother might. I'm going to give KB's behavior this season a pass, just because everyone was lying to him. KB can't dress for shit. And I feel like that was on purpose, because everyone else's fashion is really on point with like this like mixture of like Western fashion meets Afro fashion. It was really cool. Everyone was usually dressed really nicely when they weren't in their school uniforms. Except for KB. KB would wear like a red plaid shirt with like a neon green t-shirt underneath it. It was just bad. This man, I would just be watching, seeing them when they were outside of school, just looking at KB like, why? You're so cute. You're so fine. It feels like he was trying really hard to look cool, and then that made him look uncool. Also, like, KB also can't rap. He can't dress, he can't rap. And those are two things he's consistently trying to do. I hated KB's music season 1. It was not good. And we get a continuation of it. Not too much, which thank God. Because season 1, we spent far too much time on that man's bad music. But his music actually ends up getting played on the radio for some reason. And now he is like a mini celebrity at school. I would have clowned him, because the song is Boob Butt Cheeks. I don't understand like how we got here, because the music is bad. It is so bad, so bad. And I think like the actual actor is a musician, so I don't know what the fuck happened with the show, but KB, terrible music. I want him to quit. I want him to go to law school. I want him to do whatever he wants to do that is not music. But like I mentioned before, I do wish KB was more in part. I do wish KB was more a part of this season, because he really wasn't like a major player in anything. And I really feel like if Pulang would have told him, they could have really like worked together to figure it out. Because because like him and his father have a decent relationship, but I feel like KB, if shown enough proof, would have believed Pulang, especially if like Fakile was also like, yeah, something's not right here. I really do believe he would have believed her, because later he seems to have no problem believing everything. Like, that's just my opinion. I do feel like, because this season KB really didn't do anything. Like, if we're being honest, like he doesn't really play a major role in this season. The season kind of moves the same way without KB, and I don't like that, because I really do like KB's character. I like the actor because he's fine, but I enjoy his character, and I do feel like having him a part of it would have added some more security for Pulang, because again, Pulang does a lot of really dangerous shit, like a lot, and I really wish she had more people to at least make sure she was being safe. Also this season we get more of, like I mentioned, Chris, but also Reese's like backstory and home life. Reese's mother is like, she has mental health issues and like is extremely irresponsible. Her mother is very much so like mentally a teenager. And so like we really see how Reese has to step up and be the adult in her life. I am confused about like Reese's and Pulang's like relationship, because I feel like season 1 Reese absolutely hated her, so it is very strange to see them have a pretty cordial relationship, especially while Chris hates Pulang's guts. I hate Chris. I absolutely hate that white boy. But I did kind of enjoy like Reese's section of the show. I'm not going to go into too much detail, because the whole Reese's situation is an absolute mess that you have to witness for yourself, because it's just like one thing after another. That teacher, listen, that was real messy, and I really enjoyed it. Fakile's arc this season was amazing to watch. Seeing her kind of like fight with herself, because there's a side of her that kind of does believe everything that Pulang is telling her about her possibly being her real sister, because there's just stuff in her actual life with her parents that don't add up. There was a time when she like got injured as a kid and she needed like a blood transfusion, and like her father was like, it was so strange, like neither me or your mother were like matches for you, or just like things about her personality that like doesn't fit either of her parents. And it's just very like, you see like her trying to piece things together and the wheels turning in her head and saying a lot of this doesn't add up. There's no pictures of her mother while she's pregnant. Like there's just so many things that she's just like, that don't make sense. But then the other part of her is like, these are my only parents. These are people that raised me, that loved me, that clothed me, that took care of me, you know? I want to believe they're my real parents, even if, you know, the facts say otherwise. I think Fakile will always be one of my favorite characters, because she's just so complex, and she, again, this season definitely like showed that range for the actress as well. Her, again, the internal struggle with herself of, are they my parents, are they not my parents, does it even really matter at the end of the day, because they're the ones that raised her. And then everything in like the very last episode, like with her mother, listen, again, I'm not gonna give any spoilers like I normally do, because you guys just have to watch this for yourself. But that last episode, like once she confronts her mother about like, are you really my mom? Listen, when I tell you this season is crazy, because it's just bigger than what we thought it was. We just thought it was just some people taking some kids, but it's a whole lot of. And my God, Fakile goes through it. Season 2. She goes through so much, and I don't know how she does it, because I would have been like, I give up. I'm done. Parents, not parents, I don't know no more. I'm tired. And then like her troubles don't even stop with like knowing who her real parents are, because even the parents got their own drama and their own mess on top of everything. Listen, I'm not even gonna get into Pulang's parents and the That's a whole lot of mess. That's a whole lot of mess. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Did you guys watch season 2 of Blood and Water? Who's your favorite character? Who's your least favorite character, and why is it Chris? Which storyline or like story arc did you like the most? Honestly, I was surprised how much I actually enjoyed like Reese and her whole like plot. Didn't think I'd care, but it was actually enjoyable. It was interesting. I definitely had a lot of thoughts and opinions. I was definitely yelling at the screen a lot. What is your like opinions on the ending, KB's mom, like all of that mess? And the song of the day for today is Counting My Blessings by Eric Bellinger. He dropped his album a couple of weeks ago. It goes. There's a song with Brandy on that project that I think y'all need to listen to. But yeah, that's it for me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.